Oh boy, we're back for another fantastic episode of the Creep Off. Isn't everybody excited?
Yes, and I can tell that you're fired up today, Vinny.
I'm not happy.
What's wrong, buddy? You didn't get the sweep you were hoping for?
I didn't get the sweep I was hoping for, and subreddit surfing got demonetized out of nowhere again this morning.
What the fuck? Why'd you get demonetized this time?
I fucking don't know. We'll talk about it after the show or during the show or whenever. Let's just fucking do a show.
Lame.
I guess. This disgusting vomit-inducing thing. I forgot how my own studio works. I've been out of it for so long. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Creep Off. It's me, your host, Vinny. A big shout-out to all the true believers.
Excelsior, true believers.
And joining me today on the show that's about creeps by creeps for you creeps, it's my co-host. It's Hot Karl.
A man named Karl.
That is right, Vinny. What is hhappening, buddy? Good to see you. Good to be back in the usual studio with you this week.
My muscle memory isn't working. I literally forgot how everything at my control station over here works. It's been a few weeks.
You all right today, buddy?
Yeah.
You seem a little out of sorts.
Me?
Yeah, you okay?
Not having a great day.
Yeah? Why is that?
I just told you. They demonetized subreddit surfing.
I think there's more to it than that. I think you know about the results from last week. I think maybe you know something about what happened last week when we started our Pride Month celebration with Creepiest L.
I got to be surprised Karl's winning at Pride Month.
That's right, buddy.
All
do
right.
we have a review girl or a results girl?
We certainly do.
They can help us figure out what happened last week.
Reading results so dandy. Please won't you Fanny all over the Patreon. Danny, that body's so uncanny. Boy smooth like lemon shandy. Oh yeah, she's my creep girl.
Hi. Are you here to give me good news today? Or are you here to give me bad news today?
Well, right now,
Don't put pressure on Danny like that. Danny, Danny's a soldier for us. Danny comes on here, helps us out, reads the results.
You told me you hated her. She was doing a bad job.
Trying to make her
You
feel
said
bad.
she was the worst at this because I was sweeping you, and now
Well, she has her ups and flows, obviously, as a results girl. But don't start that with putting her down, acting like she's going to do something wrong. She's not going to do anything wrong, Vinny. She's going to read the results based on the voting at the creepoff.com from last week. Danny,
I would never
please
dream
don't let this
of
man
stopping her from doing that.
don't let this man affect you in any way. You're killing it. Please proceed.
okay, thank you. Everybody needs to make sure to vote, though. We need more votes for sure. Let's see. We got round 26 with 65% of the vote. The winner this week is Mr. Karl Hamburger.
Yeah. Who saw that coming, huh? Oh, I needed that. Tying up this round 2-2.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna have it.
This is okay. Fine, we're tied, Karl. Congratulations on your win. You know what I hate about this win in particular?
What's that, buddy? What's that?
What I find the most egregious is your presentation last time
Mhm.
was so disgusting. Watching you try to talk about lesbians kissing over that music, sitting in the same room from you across the table was vile. Don't stop it.
What if I said Danny was there too?
Then
As these two were making out, Danny's getting into it. She sees someone strangled to death on the floor, but that's not going to stop her.
The floor, dying. Is that what
You weren't supposed to tell anybody.
See, Vinny, it's just got hot again, didn't it? That's why I got the votes, buddy. That's why I got the votes.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
This week we're doing Creepiest G in the LGBT.
Not
alphabet.
gangsta. I saw someone in the chat. That's not what we're doing here. We're not doing original G's or OGs.
We're doing creepiest homosexual gentleman.
Correct.
The G stands for gentleman, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone's homosexual now, so the G just stands for gentleman.
Yeah. Perfect.
That's
So,
the way things are going.
Danny, everybody should vote. Where do they go to vote?
You go to creepoff.com. Yeah. Creepoff pod. Sorry. I forgot. Having a really hard time lately.
Creepoff.com is our website.
I thought so. Sorry. I'm having a hard time lately.
Well, we hope you feel better.
Thank
Stick
you.
around. We'll catch up with you a little bit later. We have a competition we need to get to. I'm not feeling real good about it. Karl, are you ready?
No, but you're going to kill me.
Why?
I just knocked out my monitor. I mean, I barely even touched whatever's dangling from the floor here, and my HDMI is out. I barely touched it. There's like a whole. I wish I should take a photo of. You like take photos of my place. The string of cords right here. It's just dangling, and my toe tapped it. Just a little tippy tap. Is that what happened? Just down here. I don't know where it came disconnected, but it said HDMI was unplugged.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm helping.
No, you're not.
I don't think I'm helping Vinny with his day. Should I look down to see if I disconnected something? I feel like I'm the only one keeping the show moving, so I don't want to do that.
We'll be back in a minute, everybody.
What? And we're back. Everybody.
Yay. Karl's hooves knocked out
Oh, okay.
the cable under the desk that connects his monitor. Dude,
all
you got
better now.
you have a velociraptor claw that got hooked on the cable. And
Is that
pulled
what
it out.
happened?
Yeah. Your fucking talon did it. So are you ready to do a show now?
I've been ready, buddy.
No, you weren't.
I was waiting for it to fix itself.
Oh,
I just thought, like, if I waited long enough, the screen would just magically come back on. So I was just trying to buy time.
I understand. Do me a favor.
Yes, sir.
Tuck your feet behind your back like you can. I know
Okay.
that they're all loose and jiggly and shit.
You got it.
Do me a favor. Ring the bell. You're up first. Let's get to this because I want to beat your ass. Let's go.
Let's go. I will present my creep first. And I think the creepiest person in the gay gentleman community. And it's going to be hard to argue with this. There was a documentary that came out last month called Spacey Unmasked.
Fuck, I knew you were going to.
It featured interviews with 10 men who claimed they experienced unwanted sexual behavior from Spacey. Now, let me explain to you, and I will break this down. But the reason why Kevin Spacey is a creepy gay man is because he has a weird fetish, Vinny. Do you know what his fetish is?
No, I'm not sure I do.
Straight men. It's a horrible fetish to have. It's going to get you in a lot of trouble because your sexual advances will never be well received when you just want to fuck guys who don't like other guys. It seems to be a weird thing, this kink that Kevin Spacey has.
That's got to be torture for them, right? Like
Well, no,
these
it's
gay
torture
men know
for
what
the
it's like for us in high school when none of the girls wanted to fuck us either.
Well, maybe, but it's torturous more for the victims of this. So sexual assault allegations against Spacey first made headlines in 2017 when actor Anthony Rapp alleged in an interview with BuzzFeed News that Spacey had made several sexual advances against him in the 80s when Spacey was 26 and Rapp was 14 years old.
Yikes.
That's not good. That's not that getting off to a bad start here, Kevin Spacey. Soon after Rapp's allegations broke, Spacey was fired from Netflix's House of Cards and removed from the Ridley Scott film project All the Money in the World. They reshot all of his scenes with Christopher Plummer. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. That movie was bad.
That must have cost a couple bucks to do. Like, oh, shit, we got to reshoot all those? Okay.
They fucking put his face. They CGI'd Christopher Plummer's face over Kevin Spacey's body.
Brutal.
That's how much they wanted him out of the movie.
So Kevin Spacey's statement at the time was, "This story has encouraged me to address other things about my life. I know that there are stories out there about me, and that some have been fueled by the fact that I've been so protective of my privacy. As those closest to me know, in my real life, I've had relationships with both men and women. I have loved and had romantic encounters with men throughout my life, and I choose now to live as a gay man. I want to deal with this honestly and openly, and that starts with examining my own behavior." Now, he gets accused of sexually assaulting a 14-year-old when he was 26, and he comes on and goes, "All right, you got me, I'm gay." Guess how this is received by the LGBTQ plus community, Vinny? Not well, is the answer. So widespread,
go back to pussy.
Widespread backlash, including Sarah Kate Ellis, president and CEO of GLAAD. She said, "Coming out stories should not be used to deflect from allegations of sexual assault." Kevin Spacey is taking the time necessary to seek evaluation and treatment, said his publicist at the time, Stacey Wolf. No other information is available at this time. The following day after that statement was done by the publicist, Deadline reported that Wolf cut ties with Spacey and was no longer representing him. Deadline also reported that Spacey had been dropped from his talent agency, Creative Artists Agency. The day after that, he was removed from House of Cards. His character was killed off before episode 1 of season 6. That's a really funny thing, too. He is House of Cards. The entire show revolves around his character. And then they had a new season to start up, and they're just like, well, he's dead. All right, moving on. Let's take a look at what else is going on in politics today.
They were going to try to CGI in Christopher Plummer's face, but it didn't work.
Yeah, they should have done that. A few days after, several more straight men came out with similar allegations. On November 16th, the Old Vic Theater said there had been 20 instances of alleged inappropriate behavior carried out by Kevin Spacey. He served as the theater's artistic director from 2004 to 2015. Have you watched this two-part doc series yet?
So I turned it on and I was doing stuff in the background and I did not pay close attention.
Yeah, so I was watching it pretty closely. And so after he wins Oscars, he's two-time Oscar winner. He graces his presence with this theater in Great Britain. And he goes in there and just wreaks havoc on
So
it.
why is he going over there if he's into straight guys?
Oh, wow. Vote. If you're British, vote for Karl at thecreepoff.com. Even if you're a gay Brit.
I was more referring to the theater, but, it's not so much the British.
You know what? Actually, that is a good point. This guy's involved in the theater and he can't find a gay guy?
I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense if you're into straight dudes, if you're going to be like, I know where I'm going to go.
Wow.
Into my hunting ground.
That's a good point. So Spacey was charged with indecent assault and battery for his alleged assault of TV anchor Heather Unruh's son in Nantucket. And when that happened, he created this very creepy video. So this allegation comes out. This well-known news anchor in Nantucket, Massachusetts, comes out. My son has also been...
That once was a news anchor from Nantucket.
Yes. My son has been assaulted by Kevin Spacey. There's all these allegations come out. Kevin's been fired from the show that he's on. And what does he do? He makes one of the creepiest videos anyone's ever seen. He puts it up on YouTube. I gave it to you, Vinny. It's called Let Me Be Frank. It's number 1 on there.
Oh, I see.
And this is his character, Frank Underwood, obviously reacting to these allegations.
So this is a man has said this monster sexually assaulted my son, and this is his response.
Yes.
All right. Can't wait.
They're just dying to have me declare that everything said is true and that I got what I deserved. Wouldn't that be easy if it was all so simple? Only you and I both know it's never that simple, not in politics and not in life. But you wouldn't believe the worst without evidence, would you? You wouldn't rush to judgments without facts, would you? Did you? No, not you. You're smarter than that.
So everyone thought this was a little weird and off-putting. Now this has like 14 million views. So this was a big news. I'm sure you remember when this happened.
Oh, I remember this video quite well. And
Yeah.
the lack of self-awareness that Kevin Spacey has shown since all of this is really the most astounding part. From I'm coming out, hey, guess what? I'm gay now. Surprise.
Yeah.
And then this video, it just shows terrible instinct.
Well, because his character is quite the villain on the show.
Mhm.
And so he thinks he can just come on here and be like, you guys all love to hate my character. Here I am, Frank Underwood. I'm back, baby. Right? We're cool.
No.
So Spacey was set to face sexual assault trial in June of 2022, but the accuser, a massage therapist, died in September of 2019. And so the LA County District Attorney's Office announced that we're rejecting the case since the allegations cannot be proven without the accuser's participation. What's crazy, Vinny, and you might have heard about this too, 2 other accusers died in 2019, including Linda Kalkin, who was hit by a car, and Ari Ben, a former Norwegian royal who accused Kevin Spacey of sexual assault in 2017, who died by suicides just hours after this video dropped. Now, this next video was a year later, and this is even creepier. This is number 2.
So this guy dies after this, like an hour after?
Just a few hours after this video drops.
The next time someone does something you don't like, you can go on the attack, but you can also hold your fire and do the unexpected. You can kill them with kindness.
Now, we know that 3 of his accusers, well, at this point, 2 of his accusers were dead,
Question.
and then a third. And he goes on and does this whole video being menacing, talking about killing people with kindness.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
The man who died, what was it from kindness?
It wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't from kindness.
Just checking.
There's very few records of people dying. I mean, they might die of kindness and COVID, but not just kindness. Needs to be comorbidity or 2.
It's a COVID case.
Yeah.
Clearly.
All right. In May 2022, Spacey was charged with 4 counts of sexual assault and 1 count of causing a person to engage in penetrative sexual activity without consent in the UK. Spacey was charged with 7 more counts of sexual assault in November of 2022. There were, in addition to the charges brought in May 2022, bringing the total number of charges against Spacey in the UK up to 12. During the trial, a prosecutor described Spacey as a sexual bully who delights in making others feel powerless and uncomfortable. Of course, at this point, Vinny, there was that really embarrassing, this is not that long ago, that really embarrassing video where Tucker Carlson lost all credibility while interviewing Frank Underwood for some reason. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was weird.
Was that on his Twitter thing, or was that when he was still with Fox?
Oh, definitely not Fox. Yeah, that was post Fox.
What a get, Tucker.
Since the documentary came out, Spacey's put together another response. Now, in the doc, if you watched it, they say we've reached out to Spacey for comment on this and this and this, and he declined to comment. He said he didn't have enough time. So now he's saying, I take full responsibility for my past behavior and my actions, but I cannot and will not take responsibility or apologize to anyone who's made up stuff about me or exaggerated stories about me. So he's still saying, listen, was I getting touchy-feely with some people? Sure, it happened. In fact, there was a guy who played like his security detail on House of Cards, and he was in the documentary, and he's like, yeah, he touched my dick during a scene that we were filming on House of Cards. So that guy requested to like play a different character, like have his character be removed from his entourage on the show.
So they actually kill me off. I'm a background character. Could you please kill me off?
Yes, dude. Like literally, and this is what's so crazy. The accuser comes out, Anthony Rapp, saying what happened, and they fired him like the next day from House of Cards because they were already trying to juggle all these people who were complaining about Kevin Spacey's behavior on the set for a number of years. Like, okay, this is just too much of a fucking problem. We're just getting rid of this guy. Now, I'm going to finish up my presentation here.
Okay.
You might have heard that since this doc dropped and everyone's going, oh, Kevin Spacey's a bad dude. He decided to fix his image by going on Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan Uncensored.
Once again, bad instincts, Kevin.
A 95-minute interview. And I have near the end here, we're going to find out that, man, this guy who's being falsely accused of all these rapes and sexual misconduct allegations, I mean, the guy's just a victim and now he's broke. And what I love about Kevin Spacey is he's such a great actor. I mean, you're not going to be convinced that this isn't completely real crying here, Vinny. You're going to say, oh, no, this is an emotional man.
Okay.
And I'm blessed to have people around me who believe in me.
Who?
And I'm blessed to have been able to learn what I've been able to learn. Can you imagine if I didn't learn anything? If it was 7 years, then I learned nothing.
It seems like that's the case.
I wouldn't want to be alive if that were true. But I very, very, very much am so grateful that I am alive and I got through this. And I'm coming out the other side of it. Where'd you live now?
Oh, God. That's bad.
Well, it's funny you asked that question because this week, where I have been living in Baltimore, is being foreclosed on. My house is being sold at auction.
In
Really?
Baltimore?
So I have to go
You
back
can't
to,
afford
to
Baltimore?
and put all my things in storage.
Really?
So the answer to that question is I'm not quite sure where I'm going to live now.
Oh, no.
But I've been in Baltimore for since we started shooting House of Cards there.
So how long is that?
I moved there in 2012.
So this has been your home for 12 years.
Well, not this particular place, but this place has been my home and Evan and Lucy's home since 2016.
Why is it being foreclosed?
Because I can't pay the bills that I owe.
Okay.
Are you facing bankruptcy?
Been a couple of times when I thought I was going to file, but we've managed to sort of dodge it, at least as of today.
Like those pesky sexual assault allegations.
Yeah. I love that he goes, well, are you filing for bankruptcy then? It's like, well, you have the other house in LA, right? You probably have a house in the UK still too. So are you just going to live in one of those other houses then when you sell this house in Baltimore? That was some really bad acting. And I'm surprised because Kevin Spacey is a great actor.
The only acting job I've seen worse than that is the one that over the weekend in front of Patrick Belton's house.
Oh, God. I was just listening. Patrick was doing a little wrap up on that on his show today. I was listening to that on the way over here. Stuttering John, what a fucking buffoon he is.
All right. So is that the end of your
Yes, go to the
presentation?
creepo.com, vote for Karl if you think that Kevin Spacey is the creepiest G because his sexual attraction is to straight men who want nothing to do with him.
Carl, that was a pretty good presentation.
Thanks,
dude.
buddy.
I actually am kind of scared because it's really hard sometimes when you pick these really creepy celebrities that everybody loves to hate. It's hard to overcome that prejudice.
And when you're not very good at presenting your case and your argument, it makes it even tougher. So I can see why you're nervous, Vinny.
I'm great at presenting my arguments, stupid. I beat you all the time.
I mean, you've won more times than I have, but that doesn't mean anything.
Okay. So, Karl, I'm going to tell you a story today. I'm going to take you back to May 14th, 1983. Imagine you're in Vallejo, California. The highway patrol is just pulled over in a radically driven car. Okay. A gentleman by the name of Randy Steven Kraft stumbles out of the driver's side of the car holding a beer bottle.
He's putting the rad in erratic.
He's sloshing that beer bottle all over. He's sloshing over and he tries to explain to the cops that I've been drinking, but I'm sober. I'm pretty good.
It's 1983. They didn't care if you were drinking and driving back then.
Well, let me show you a picture of him.
Yeah, let's see it.
Yeah, this is Randy.
Okay, that's what I would have expected.
Yep. Very Paul Lindish type of gentleman. Little, I believe the term is foppish, from what I understand.
Well, he's got the giant flavor saver working, which is I don't think it's ever been a good look, but maybe Danny would disagree with me.
He's described as very mild-mannered, right?
Okay.
Kind of foppish, but he was a very successful computer programmer at the time in the early 80s. He had a live-in younger boyfriend who worked as a chef. He really hasn't been in trouble with the law very much. He was arrested in 1966 for lewd conduct at a Huntington Beach gay bar. But past that, nothing.
How do you get a lewd guy?
Exactly.
I guess it was the 60s. Maybe it was different. But yeah, lewd conduct at a gay bar. I don't know what you have to do that.
Yeah, I mean, his background is he's a weird dude. He's a self-hating, openly gay guy. Okay. He graduated from college with a degree in economics. He was pro-Vietnam in college.
Oh, I bet he was popular with the other students.
Dude, he was like
He's like, draft, everybody. Like,
He started a club to support Joseph McCarthy
nice
in high school. And he said that Nixon was a commie and left wing for him.
All right.
So he joined the Air Force, by the way, also, and was released about within a year. They let him out of the Air Force for conduct unbecoming and FYI being gay.
Yeah, that back then you weren't allowed to be gay and be in the Air Force.
So let's go back to the side of the road. The officer's giving him a sobriety test, Carl.
Yeah.
Which he's not doing well with.
Oh my God, I almost touched something with my foot again. Holy shit.
You
I almost had a panic attack.
Put the claws away.
I put it all, it's all away.
Tie your shoes, whatever you got to do. So during this, the officer noticed that in the passenger seat, there was something kind of covered up, but was slunched over to the side. So when he went over to it, he realized it was a male passenger, barefoot with his genitals exposed. He could see that he was covered, but he was like naked from the waist down in the front seat of the car. So this was the remains of Terry Gambrell, a 25-year-old Marine corporal who had hitched a ride with Kraft to meet friends at a party. You see, he had been drugged and strangled with a belt by old Randy because that's what Randy really enjoyed doing. Now, along with that body, officers searched Kraft's car and found 47 photos of young men, some nude, some unconscious, some dead, 9 different prescription drugs, and a briefcase containing a notebook with a very strangely coded list. I'm going to show it to you.
Okay.
Here's a picture of, there's a picture of the notebook.
All right.
And all of these things, there's 67 of them, I believe. This list will later be known as the scorecard, Carl. And it starts up there at the top with, it says stable. Now, Kraft said this was his obsessive compulsive disorder that made him make a list of friends and lovers. And you know that when someone is OCD, Carl, they will never lie.
That's true. You can't lie if you're OCD.
Yeah.
I was going to say the way this is written, it looks very OCD.
Yeah, it does. But I will say that the police were still, very interested in this list on account of there's a dead body. And then he finds this list that's covered in blood and cum.
Jesus Christ.
He was a little concerned as to what was going on
I
here.
can see why, yeah.
Yeah. So you see, especially with those prescription drugs, it fit the MO of somebody they'd been looking for a really long time. You see, since 1971, this is now 1983, they have been finding the bodies of young men, often Marines, on the side of the Southern California highways by
Jeez
Long Beach,
Louise.
Orange County, and San Diego County. And there were several signatures to these killings and finding these bodies. Most of them were drugs, a lot of the same drugs that they found on this guy. So there are a few other ones. We'll get to those in a second. The photos that they had, by the way, with all of this helped them put together and figure out what all the code was here. But it started in 1971. I told you the first entry was Stables.
Yeah.
They were able to figure out that was bartender Wayne Joseph DeQuette. He was a 30-year-old gay gentleman who was the bartender at Randy's favorite bar. He murdered his favorite bartender at his favorite bar and left him on the side of the highway.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he does for fun. What are you going to do? You want to be with your friends when you're having fun, Vinny?
Yes, but this is a poorly coded thing because Stable was the name of the bar.
Yep.
That the guy went missing from.
I just played the dead giveaway music. Obviously, it was not poorly coded.
Yep. A lot of the code coincided with last known whereabouts of the missing people. Like one of them was Westminster. That was the name of a bus station some kid went missing from. There were references to Portland and Michigan, places he traveled frequently for his job. Now, here's basically what was going on here. He was traveling all along these highways. He was picking up hitchhikers. And especially due to the military bases being down there, a lot of these soldiers were hitchhiking. He'd pull up and he'd have a bottle of booze in the car and be like, "Hey, man, you need a ride?" And they go, "Sure, man. Thanks for your service, buddy." And it was drugged.
Right.
He would drug all the booze.
Yeah.
So the victims...
Because listen, and I'll tell you what, man, this is the thing Kevin Spacey did wrong. He was trying to fuck guys who weren't drugged, which is not the way to go about that. They're not going to enjoy it.
Now, most of these men... These were all mostly straight guys, except for like a couple of bartenders and, dudes he picked up at bars when he was feeling a little randy and wanted to kill.
Sure.
But the age ranges, Carl, 13 to 35.
Okay, that's a good range.
Yeah, not great. No women, all dudes.
Mhm.
Vast majority of the victims were hitchhikers who were offered alcohol on the ride. And this is a weird thing because he had a live-in boyfriend, and that's what they would do for fun. During the weekdays, they would go out joyriding and try to pick up hitchhikers to take home to fuck. Not kill them, just fuck them.
I mean, do you know gay couples that don't do that? Are you aware that they're, I mean, I don't.
Now that you mention it.
Pretty
never
normal
really
behavior.
asked.
Pretty normal behavior.
Well, here's where things kind of got a little messed up. He would do that during the week because his boyfriend worked in the restaurant on the weekends. On the weekends, that's when he'd go out cruising and also do the same thing. But he would drug them with tranquilizers. And then what he would do is he would tie them up and then physically and sexually torture and rape them before killing them.
What an asshole!
He would take pictures of it.
That's actually actual audio of him after he pulled their pants down.
What an asshole!
Got very excited.
So do you remember how I told you there was like kind of ways that they could figure out it was him?
Yeah.
Yeah. So some of his MO, he did some pretty fucked up shit with a cigarette lighter from a car, Carl.
Okay.
For example, he would burn dudes' nipples off.
Yikes.
He also used the cigarette lighters from his old fucking Ford Mustang to take out their eyeballs.
Oh, bitch.
Wouldn't you rather be blind if you were about to be raped and murdered? I wouldn't want to see it coming.
Oh, yeah, shit, I think that'd be worse. There were common foreplay. This was common foreplay before the rapes. For example, objects inserted into body orifices. For example, one guy that he didn't kick off out of his car into the highway, they found him in a park where a 4-foot tree branch was used to impale this person up his ass. He left the guy on his knees with a fucking half a tree sticking out the back of him.
Whoa, you got butt slam.
They found a 15-year-old boy floating in the river with a big wooden spike literally hammered into his asshole. The kid's floating with the fucking spike just sticking up like a shark fin.
It's not funny. Come on, Jackie.
Several bodies were castrated, mutilated, and dismembered, thrown into garbage bags, and left behind gas stations for some reason.
George.
Now, here's his real calling card, Carl. Now,
Yeah.
I told you there was 67 names on this list.
Yeah.
Here's what is his favorite, right? What he would do is he would get a pencil, and then he would stick it into the pee hole of these gentlemen while they were alive. Like all the way in. A lot of these guys, it would puncture their bladders. And then what he would do is he would chop off their penises while they were alive. And he would use,
Oh my.
I'm guessing the lube, which from his load from already fucking these people and raping them. And then he would put their own penises in their assholes.
That's gross.
That's what Helga Man does. Is that why you guys got demonetized on subreddit surfing?
Is that the wildest story you ever heard?
Yeah, it's up there.
It's still up. But yeah, he would put their own penises, their own severed penises in their assholes, and then he would put them in the front seat of his car, but he would put a towel down. They found all the bloody towels and shit all over in the back of this car. This guy did not clean up well. And he would go driving, and then he would kick the body out in the middle of the road and just leave it wherever it landed. That probably made a mess.
Well, I mean, he got away with it for over a decade, though.
Yeah. When all said,
Impressive.
yeah. So he would basically kick them out, and then he would say this. He'd kick him out of the street, and then it would be
Full speed ahead.
he would just be out of there, Carl. So when all is said and done, he was sentenced to death, and his trial was the most expensive in California history at the time. And here's the thing. Not only was this guy a sexual sadist, he did all of this just to get off. He had a boyfriend. He is a sick fuck. He was very, very smart. He was not like a psycho.
Hold on a second. Did you just say he was fucking all these guys and he had a boyfriend at home? Is that what you just said?
Yes, it is.
Can you believe that this guy would want to go out and get his nut off with other people when he already has a committed relationship? What kind of guy is this?
I guess the issue is maybe more along the lines of he had to stick pencils in people's penises, rip off their nipples with cigarette lighters.
Yeah, it's not great.
He also removed their testicles. He did lots of really fucked up
So
things.
cheating on his boyfriend was not the worst thing he did. Okay, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
One
with you on
guy,
that.
he would like dismember them. He would chop off their arms and legs. One time, they just found one of his victims' head on the dock of some fucking marina. There was just a head there one day.
No, I saw that episode of Breaking Bad. Yeah.
It's fucking Randy.
It's fun stuff.
It's fucking this guy, everybody. not that guy. Damn it. It's this guy. Fucking Officer Dangle from Reno 911.
Yes, right. He got short shorts on, probably.
Yeah. So my favorite part about him is completely unrepentant. You would love this about him, Carl. In 1983, he pled not guilty to the charges of murder, even though he was found guilty. He still maintains his innocence. He is still alive. They have not executed him yet. Even though the police found the body of his last victim in the fucking passenger seat of his car,
Right.
he claimed he was just a hitchhiker he picked up, and he wasn't dead when I pulled over.
He must have just OD'd
He
as I was
must have
pulling
just
over.
died. He must have just strangled himself with the belt that was around his neck and taken his pants off.
You know what? That you really do have to commit to the lie, though. A lot of these idiots, they change their stories and shit. Whatever your dumb first lie was, stick with it.
Dude, he says that list, that fucking psycho list of the places of where he murdered people.
Yeah.
He claims that it was just all friends and stuff that he was inviting over to his boyfriend's birthday party, but he made the list in code so that his boyfriend would know that that's what was happening.
I'm not buying it.
You want to know the worst part about all of this?
What's that?
Back in 1970, before the first murder, he went out to the boardwalk down there in California, and he was hanging out, and he found like a 15-year-old kid, and he told the kid, he goes, "Hey, listen, why don't you come hang out with me? There's a girl at my house. She will fuck the shit out of you, dude.
Nice.
She's like waiting for you to get over there.
Yeah,
He's
I'll
gonna
come
fuck
with
shit out
you,
of you."
Mr. Stranger. Do you have any candy?
Dude, I got weed.
Nice.
I got all sorts of booze.
Let's go.
I
I'm
got you
in.
covered.
I'm in. You had me at whore at your house. Let's go.
So he takes the kid back to his house,
Uh-huh.
drugs the fuck out of the kid,
Uh-huh.
rapes him, and then leaves for work.
No one told me there was going to be boasting.
This is before all the other murders.
Yeah.
This 15-year-old wakes up the next day, fucking drugged out of his mind like a zombie, and stumbles down the street and walks into a restaurant. And they called 911 to figure out what was going on. And the only thing you do is point as to where the apartment was. So the cops go in there and they find all of the drugs that he had that he used to drug this kid.
Drugs are bad.
Now,
you shouldn't do drugs.
The kid was embarrassed. He didn't want to tell everybody that he got, butt fucked by this guy.
Yeah.
So he just said he forced all these drugs on me and this, that, and the other. So they were going to arrest him. But the problem was they didn't get a warrant to go into the house.
Mm.
So they had to let this fucking guy go, which ended up in 67 deaths.
I have to say, though, Vinny, and that, that's too bad they weren't able to stop that before that happened. But if I'm this 15-year-old kid and I'm already thinking in my head about, I'm getting pussy today, I'm going to be bragging on my boys tomorrow at the cafeteria during lunch. I can't wait to tell everyone how I got laid. And then you end up getting butt fucked by an old guy. You'd be like, oh, I'm not telling anyone about this. This is the opposite of what I was hoping to brag about.
Nope.
So I get it.
I wouldn't even warn my other friends if I saw him again. I was like, I never saw that guy before in my life. It's fucking horrifying. But that's my creep. Ladies and gentlemen, please go to thecreepoff.com and vote for Vinny
Kevin
and Randy
Spacey.
Kraft. Thanks, kids.
All right. You know what we have not mentioned yet on the show?
Super chats.
It is Super Chat Monday. Happy Super Chat Monday, everybody. I want to thank Rocco Orby 2002, $5 says Scorch looks like Mr. Clean inhaled too many magic erasers.
Scorch
like
looks
that.
like Wee's wish he looks.
Yes, I would agree with you there. It was very funny to have Pat Oates on the show, and we were reviewing Scorch, and it's like Pat Oates could play Scorch in a biopic. So it's a little confusing for some of our viewers on WATP. Matthew Rowley, I have a new jingle for you, Matthew Rowley. I'm not on this board right now, but quick announcement. We're doing Who Are These Socials today at 6 instead of our regular Thursdays at 6 because Mike has obligations this weekend. So we're going to knock it out tonight.
Oh, boy.
Tune in, WATP channel, 6 o'clock. Matthew Rowley, $5 says, I've heard rumors that I may have made up that Vinny is in negotiations with Stuttering John to give him Cardiff's name. Don't support doxing. Always vote for Carl. You know what? I'd like to make up those rumors as well, sir. That's fucked up, Vinny. Just because he's offering $1,000, now all of a sudden you're ready to hand over your buddy's name and address?
I don't know his name. I don't know his address.
Oh, likely story.
I don't.
Likely story.
I promise you. I know maybe his first name. I have a pretty good idea what it is, but I don't believe him.
His last name is actually Electrical.
Yeah, I don't ask for it. I don't know. So I
we
literally-
don't care. That's the funny thing about Johnny. You're like, somebody knows Cardiff's name. It's like nobody else cares. I heard them talking about it on Uncle Rico too, where Bob Levy's just like, yeah, I have no idea what Cardiff. I just call him Cardiff. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, what does it
When
matter?
I call him, I go, "What's up, Cardiff? How are you?"
Yeah,
And
why
that's how I
does,
talk
why
to
does it
him.
matter? It doesn't.
None of it matters. There he is, the man, Husey Entertainment. Thank you, my
Husey
man.
is a Danny fan. I saw Husey. Yeah, Milker alert. I saw Husey on with that reality show this morning.
He was.
I was checking that out for a minute. It looked like Lisa's not ready to be back yet.
Sorry, Danny, we were objectifying you.
Oh, I don't care. It's fine.
So we love you, Danny.
That's what we love
I
about
love
you.
you too.
Aw, the sweetheart. Bronco with $5 says consequence idea. Loser has to watch the full Sharknado series in Chinese. I mean, the full Sharknado series was already bad enough.
How many are there?
That's a good question. There's probably 6 by now. Hugh SA. Sorry about SRS. Give Carl's share to the potato. Looking good, Vinny. Can't wait for Carl to be the fat one and you to be the fugly one, Moonhead. That's funny.
You know, I had to explain this to somebody. Listen, people who know me go, Vin, you look great. But to the rest of the world, I'm still a fat fuck. So it's all good. Thank you.
I was thinking the same thing when I came over here.
Yeah, I know. Joe Corson, right? Thanks for the down.
Joe Corson, right?
The show's new name, The Queer Off. Just for the
Yes, that's actually a good idea. We should totally rebrand it.
The Queer Off.
Queer Off.
That's not bad.
Rock.
Rocco or B 2002. Thanks for the $5. I guess Glad is fine with letting trans kids prance around in pride parades, but the moment some pedo comes out of the closet, that's a no-no.
Yes, that's what they frown upon. They're like, whoa, 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 whoa. It's cool that you're gay, but could you have brought it up like 3 weeks ago before these allegations?
Riley Foster, thanks for the $5. Riley from Hackamania just wanted to say the creep off was the best part. Driving back to Reno reminded me how bad Vinny nuked Carl in Nevada.
Oh God.
Hell yeah.
Yes,
buddy.
Riley, good to see you. Thank you for making the trip.
Excelsior, true believers.
I sure got my ass handed to me at our live creep off event. Wow.
Carl, I got to remind people, if you like the creep off and you're a big fan and you haven't checked out the Patreon in a while, we do full episodes every week. We just did a banger last Friday.
Yes, we did.
We had Pedo Hunter Theater.
That was fun, but what I thought was more exciting was the first part of the episode where we found out who your dad was. Wow. What a character.
Yeah, he's a problem.
A lot of prison time, a lot of felony convictions.
So
He's up to no good, that guy.
If you follow the creep off on Twitter, somebody just did, I think it's Atheist Studios, sent a video. They drove past my creep's house last week. Nicole Ashtabula, like he drove by and like sent us a video of it, which was weird. The other day when I was driving home after we did that episode,
Yeah.
I had to cut over to Irondequoit and I cut down Clifford, which was a weird choice, but it's kind of close to here. And I do it on occasion. And as I'm going down Clifford, I'm listening to this episode because I wanted to like listen for where I needed to edit and stuff before I released it.
Sure.
And it goes, oh, and Daniel J. Paulino of 1720 Clifford Avenue. And I looked up and I was sitting outside of fucking 1720.
No shit.
It fucking blew my mind.
That's crazy.
And I was like,
not a nice neighborhood.
no.
It was then. Back then it was nice.
Oh, yeah. In the 60s, it was great.
Yeah.
But that was a very weird, surreal moment for me.
No shit.
It was a crazy episode. It was a good episode. And we also learned that Hulk Hogan is going to save America with his beer.
Oh, God.
So please check that out. At,
You know who was bragging about going to meet Hulk Hogan this week?
Who?
It was Steel Toe. He's bringing his kids with him to go meet, I guess, Hulk Hogan. Remember we were talking about that when he did that thing. He goes, I'm going to go into your town. So Aaron Imholt is bringing his children to a liquor store where Hulk Hogan will be there selling his new beer. I was like, who the fuck is going to go see Hulk Hogan? He's doing a tour with his new beer. Oh, Aaron Imholt. Okay, that
there'll
makes
be
nothing but
people there
sense.
with their children. What a fucking crazy. That's insane.
You lowered this chair when you came over here, didn't you?
Nope. You could raise it back up.
I'm looking for the thing. I don't sit in chairs like this.
He doesn't know how the chair works.
There is no thing, is there?
Yes, there is.
I
Of
don't
course there
fucking
is.
know. Whatever.
Hold on, let me help.
This is all. No, it's fine. I'm fine. Vinny, let's not stop the show again. We gotta stop the show again for me. Are you just gonna lower my camera? I could have done that. All right. Did you say there you go, stupid? Guys, vote for Karl at thecreepoff.com when you get a chance. The voter turnout has been lower the last couple of weeks. So
yeah, we definitely got to get you guys over to thecreepoff.com. Somehow we got back to urethra talk in the Dabbleverse.
yes, we sure did.
Rocco Orb, thanks for the 5. Dang Lizard, thanks for the €2. Carter's real name is John. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, we doxed him. Shit, that was supposed to get out there. Is that really true, Dang Lizard? I'm pretty sure Dang Lizard's a stand-up guy.
The Mechanical Ape, thanks for the $5. Happy Super Chat Monday. SJ won't answer my calls. I just want to give him Carter's very real info. Vote Vinny FSJ.
FSJ, the Mechanical Ape.
Hey, did I see that Quad tweeted out SJ's phone number?
Oh, did he? Probably.
Yeah. Should we call him? See how Strip's going? Say hello.
Dude, I haven't been keeping up on Stuttering John the last couple of days. I know he's been broadcasting drunkenly from hotel rooms, but I haven't really watched it at all.
Yeah.
He claimed that he was in Denver last night because he's on his way to Tuki's house.
Oh no.
Today.
Well, Patrick Melton died. I don't know if everybody's aware. He's all dead now.
Dude, that Patrick Melton thing is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Why did he have that shitty speaker?
He was doing the say anything thing, which is like what you do for a chick that you like. But the other thing is that Patrick Melton was in communication with John.
Yeah.
As soon as he got to Vegas, he's like, this is when I'm going to be home. This is when I'm not going to be home. If you come here after 2:00, because he was going to California that day. So John shows up at 6:00. That was after 2. And then John's like, this guy's inside. He won't even come out. He knew he wasn't home. Also, I don't even know this part of it. This is the craziest part.
Oh, I know all of it.
Okay. John's saying
this weekend.
John's saying at New York. And we find that out because, he can't wait to show off his hotel room as he's doing
It's written on the fucking wall
stream.
in his hotel room.
Right. So everyone knows that New York. So Patrick Melton drives from his house to New York, and messages John and says, I'm downstairs at the Nine Fine Irishman bar. Come on down, John. And John hemmed and hawed and sat on his live stream, reading free chats for some reason until Melton had to leave and leave town. He's such a pussy. And John's running around like it was a fucking victory lap.
It was beautiful.
It's crazy.
Beautiful thing. Carl.
Yes.
I think we're caught up on super chats at this point. Are you ready to do some cop cam?
Yeah, let's do a cop cam. I got a fun one today.
I can't wait to see Carl's cop cam. Fight with the cops for no reason. Will you please show me Carl's cop cam? Lose all your rights, ruin your life.
Newark.
Joe Corson, right? John was in Newark.
That's hilarious. That's the biggest dump on the strip.
That's the name of this episode, Newark.
That's funny. All right. I got a cop cam video that came in from Kitty. Thank you for this suggestion. We start off, we're in a Comfort Inn, Vinny. I believe we're in Florida.
Perfect.
In a Comfort Inn. And let's see what's going on.
Can't wait. Let's do it.
On September 8th, 2023. Police were called to a Comfort Inn after management advised they had a large female in a bathing suit running around on the second floor causing a disturbance, and they want her trespassed.
Come on, step 5.
Sheriff's office.
Might I ask what the problem is?
Sheriff's office.
I was approached by someone. I would like to know what the problem is. Because I can't even get in my own pool. There was a dog in the parking lot.
Unlock the door. Unlock the door.
You're going to go to jail if you don't open the door.
If you don't open this, you're going to go to jail.
I'm going to see facts, and I'm going to my lawyers.
All right. We're off to a good start. She's talking crazy.
There was a dog in the parking lot.
Yeah, she couldn't get in her own pool, and there's a dog in the parking lot. You can see where there's just a misunderstanding.
I feel like this is all the hotel's doing.
Don't you think that's a record for bringing up your attorney on one of these videos? They haven't even opened up the door yet.
They have not seen this woman's face.
She's already yelling about getting a lawyer. Now, what I like about this, it's very different than the other cop cam videos we've been watching lately. These officers have zero patience for this shit. They're not going to sit there and pretend that they're going to have a conversation with this woman, coax her out, or anything like that. They're just like, man, we're coming in there one way or another.
I love it.
Play whatever too.
Nice. Do it.
Go ahead and remove it.
Now, might I ask why?
Because we're telling you to.
Do you have a warrant?
I don't need a warrant.
Don't need one.
Why was that lady?
You're going to jail.
All right.
So
You've been warned.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yep, so are we. Open the door.
What do you want me to do, baby?
Open the door.
Okay, are you gonna arrest me?
Unlock the door.
No, go get my lawyer.
Okay, now you just added a charge of resisting. Good
No,
job.
I would like to speak with my lawyer. The lady replied through the roots.
These guys seem already so bored of this conversation. It's like, okay, whatever. Either you open the door or we'll open the door. We're coming in there one way or another. So then she's yelling and screaming from behind the door. She claims that there's a pedophile who tried to poison her. And then she was denied by 2 different hotels because she just lives right down the street. But then she says her aunt just died and her grandmother took her money from her illegally. I mean, she just sounds psychotic. I guess is my point. I don't want to leave all those clips in, but just to let you know what she's yelling on and on about.
Yeah. I picked up on the insane gibberish part of the of this.
I figured you did. Okay. So clip number 3, they're still talking about trying to get in or her coming out.
Well, might we go outside so that I can?
Yeah, I think that sounds like an excellent idea. Why don't you unlock that door?
I'm trying to compromise with you guys.
Okay, well,
You know how scary it is to be in my position. My mom is
yes,
dead.
ma'am. We're in a compromising mood. Go ahead and open that up.
I'm trying to get to my own business, and there is so many.
Would you unlock the door, please?
Who in the floor?
We're getting a special
Now, I
key
can
for that
call
door.
the
If we have to
private
use that,
investigator.
are you going to open it or
So
not?
what might be occurring?
Okay, he's already got it.
I don't know. What you want me to do? Keep forcing the blonde on me? Because she looks like a
Blonde.
psychopath. That means she might be.
All right.
Well, that's a good point. Just because she looks like a psychopath, everybody assumes that she is, and that's not always fair.
That is a good point. And also, I don't know if you picked up on this, but her mom is dead and her stepdad, blah, 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 and her business and something or other. She's making a lot of good points. I think these officers should probably slow down and be like, all right, man, let's hear it. Let's hear your side of these things.
I think they should kick the door in and drag her out by her hair.
Oh, well, then you're going to love this next
drag
clip.
her into the woods and tie her to a tree and leave
Vinnie,
her.
I usually, when I present these types of things, I usually like to end with the climax, with the big kicker, the big full reveal. Unfortunately, this video happens in the middle, and this is it. This is the best clip that I have from this video.
Look, man, what do you want me to say to you? That's it. I want to speak with my lawyer.
Okay, you're going to need a lawyer.
Yes, you do. Sir, y'all. You are an abomination. And who will y'all be? Oh, right number, motherfucker. How many of us have been fucking done in your car?
Yes! Yes!
No.
Double team!
No.
Put your hands behind your back.
Down goes Fraser.
Put your on your back.
Yes, sir, I will. I apologize. It's so
Down,
scary, I don't know
down.
what to do.
Face down. Hands behind your back.
You like how all of a sudden she's ready to go along with whatever they're saying?
Can I
Yes,
just watch
sir.
it one more time?
Yeah, yes, sir. You are correct, sir. Whatever you say.
Look at that dance. When you watch it like that, she's
That's
dancing.
incredible. She looks like a Christmas tree. It's all lit up and green and red. Dude, they deployed 2, maybe 3 tasers on her.
I
right
saw
there.
this girl at Burning Man. Look at this go. Look at her go. Wham. Okay. That belly. She looks like milk.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Yes, sir, I will. I apologize. It's so scary, I don't know
down.
what to do.
Face down. Hands behind your back.
You know they're having a hard time recruiting police officers ever since the George Floyd incident.
I've heard.
This is your recruitment film right here, guys. Just show this. This should be a commercial on TV during every sporting event, during the NBA and AHL playoffs. Just be like, you ever think about coming into law enforcement? We have to do shit like this. I mean, you get so many people signing up for it.
Yo, Marquis the Farmer said, calling it the electric shuffle. That's about right.
It's electric. Doot, 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 ba-doot, ba-doot. Yeah, that was fun. So then after that, they're like picking her up, and the guy's like, oh, you're slimy. Like, she's really gross. So they all put on gloves and stuff like that.
Oh, no.
Let's hear some more crazy talk here in my next clip now that they've got her subdued.
Have you taken anything today?
Yes, sir.
Because you're a little on the extra side.
I'm just going through something really hard.
Extra large
And when I
size.
went to the place where they were supposed to solve it, they were more concerned with Ty McLeod than they were with helping me get to the therapist. Now, I did get to the therapist, but the mental health things, they don't cover under the judge. They flutter around, but they can do whatever they want.
So you notice the question about, did you take something today? She goes, oh, yeah. Vinny, let me give you 3 guesses. The first 2 don't count. What do you think she's on?
Pancakes.
Probably. Anything from a drug perspective, you think?
Let's talk about meth, baby. Let's talk about it, yes, sirree. Let's talk about all the bad things and the bad things meth heads see. Let's talk about meth.
This screams meth.
Turns out she's on probation for possession of methamphetamines.
Oh.
And then my clip number 6, now that she's been tased and handcuffed, all of a sudden she's starting to get some clarity and starts asking questions like, well, what should I have done, officer, to avoid that fate?
I like this. I like someone taking a little bit of self-responsibility and trying to figure out how to better themselves.
Sure.
If I were her, I'd start with the treadmill.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't know what to say. I didn't mean to
Well,
read
the
this.
easy answer is, hi, how are you? My name's Cassandra, right?
Yes, sir.
That's all you got to do.
I'm sorry.
Instead of struggling and being all slimy, right?
I like it.
He's a bit like that.
She goes, what should I have done? I don't know. Let us in when we said open the door.
Yeah.
And then let us arrest you when we went to arrest you.
I swear to God, I thought her name was going to be Frederica Bimmel.
It might be.
Yeah, she looks like she should be helping a guy with a couch into the back of a moving van. It's another, okay. I'm not supposed to say what movie it's from because that's not how Anthony does it.
Oh, is that a movie reference?
Silence of the Lambs reference.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, not really.
All right, so it does turn out they find out that she is on probation for meth, and so now she explains to them in my clip number 7 here that you guys are going to arrest me, but you don't realize that's going to get me in a lot of trouble here.
Do you realize I'll be in trouble if you arrest
I'll be in a
me?
lot of trouble if you guys arrest me.
Oh, gee, fellas, don't be sore. There's a dog in the parking lot.
I don't know. I'm going to go to prison for 8 years if you guys take me off instead of being able to do my business.
I didn't do that to you.
Yeah, you did when you let Ellen sell me like a slave.
You're going to stop me.
Can I have a cigarette, please, sir? Why is it my fault?
Stop tensing up.
I want someone to collect my property. Please bring
Stop tensing up.
I have $200 glasses on goddamn box so I can get to that fucking studio.
And you're going to walk like
And
a
it's
grown-up.
my studio.
Do you understand me?
Yes, sir, I do.
You
Yes, sir,
understand
yes, sir.
All right. So she's still struggling as they're trying to get her out of this place because the Comfort Inn just wants her gone. She's just causing problems. They don't care how much meth she has. They just want her evacuated from
If you're a cop, do you do a catch and release here?
Well, they don't.
Yeah.
Now, as they're walking her outside in my next clip here, it's fun because her talk gets crazier and crazier, and the police are finally starting to have a little bit of fun with it.
Okay.
And I'm going to call the office. Ask me what that lady was doing last night. Is there tulip in the lemonade? Maybe checking those things. No, taste it. I'm serious. But look at them berries. What do you think of a little berries? Yeah.
Berries and cream?
Well, what does lemonade taste like to you, sir?
Berries and cream.
Berries and cream. Berries and cream. The marmalade hills.
She's nuts.
She's
completely out of her mind. So it's fun watching them. They have to take the rest of the whatever the taser needle things are. They have to find wherever those are hidden, like under a bra or something, and pull those out.
Back in the day before the body cam cameras, I bet you they would take her to a field and they would just all let her loose and watch her run away.
Oh, yeah. That'd be fun.
Yeah, just see which direction she goes. It'd be fun.
Well,
put money down.
unfortunately-
Is she going to go to north or is she going to go south? What is she going to do?
Unfortunately, there's a thing called accountability these days. And so I said my last clip here, we'll hear about the charges.
Okay.
The woman was charged with resisting officer without violence and trespass failure to leave property upon order by owner.
So that kind of sucked. That was a
They let her
letdown.
off- They let her off easy.
Yeah, after all that, without violence. I saw some violence going on. What are they talking about?
Dude, that piggy was not going away without a fight.
No, I know. I hate that, like, when this stuff happens, they're like, we're going to press you with this. We're going to hit you with this and this. And then afterwards, they're just like, all right, let her go. It's fine.
Thanks, Weege.
Hey, it is his birthday week this week.
Aw, thanks, buddy.
Happy birthday, Paul. Paulie?
That's me.
Paulino?
Thanks, buddy.
$10 from Huige. Thanks, Huige. Appreciate it very much.
We got a couple more coming in. We got one from Dang Lizard. Thanks for the 2 years.
Why did Milton hide behind security for a convo?
When did he do that?
Are you talking about Atlantic City?
I don't know. He can't answer you back.
I don't think he hid behind security. I think John was causing a scene and forced security to walk over and get involved and engage it.
I find that all this behavior silly.
It's wildly silly. Minnie, remember when we used to just like do shows on the internet? Now people are driving people's houses and threatening to beat them up and carrying on about Kate Meany for some reason as they walk away from the house.
If I watched all of this weekend, all of this craziness on YouTube, and then I come into Monday and see that my innocuous channel about subreddits is demonetized.
Let's talk about it. What happened?
This fucking lunatic is running around putting money for people's identities, threatening people, and then going, I'm not threatening them, and then going, and this is a threat. This is not just words. This is real life. This is a threat. He fucking talks through both sides of his mouth, threatening people. There's video of him showing up at people's houses.
Yes.
I don't think he put that on YouTube, though. That was probably the smartest thing he did. He only put it up on his Twitter.
Yeah, but it is up on YouTube. I mean, obviously there's clips of it all over the place.
Yeah.
But you're right.
And my channel gets demonetized. That's cute.
For what reason? What terms of service did you break?
Supposedly reused content.
Reused content? What does that mean?
Well, sometimes we do episodes where we watch videos and things like that.
Yeah.
So we try to do, transformative stuff.
Yeah.
But they just don't care. The last time it was the same thing, and I had to go to them and say, hey, this is what we do. And they go, okay, everything's fine, and they put it back. But it's the fact that it's happened twice is really maddening.
Yeah.
And I was talking to their support today, and I said, they go, well, what you should do is now go back and check your videos against our terms of service. And I'm like, well, asshole, you're the ones with the problem.
Right.
You're the ones who are looking at this going, you did something wrong. At least tell me what the fuck it is. Save me some time. Why do you have to put this undue burden on the creator if you're the one with the issue?
Well, especially when this Brendan Schaub versus Unique case should really change how YouTube and everyone else even looks at this, because Unique was showing a ton of footage from Brendan Schaub's podcasts, and it got thrown out of court. So this actually was a real lawsuit that was brought for copyright infringement, and a real lawyer looked at it and went, nope, he totally has the right to do that. And I feel like that should be cited in all of these cases. You're just like, am I doing it worse than Unique was? No. So stop it. This is not a copyright claim.
Yeah. So I don't even know if I have a copyright claim. I don't see any copyright claims anywhere. I have no strikes. I have nothing. They just all of a sudden just
demonetize it.
You're demonetized. I got an email. My jaw fucking dropped.
Wow. Definitely fight it, buddy.
No, I don't even know if the last time I said I wasn't going to fight it, I did it again.
Fight it. Hunter Biden's here. Happy Pride Month. You make a cute couple.
Aw.
So Vinny's the top and Karl is the bottom, right? Oh,
Yep.
You'll never know. I don't kiss and tell.
We don't kiss.
Can you tell?
Karl, I think it's time for some voicemails. And as always, our voicemails are brought to you by our good friends in Syracuse. And where the fuck did it go? Oh, my bad, kids.
The Creep Off voicemail segment is brought to you by the City of Syracuse. The Syracuse Aquarium introduced the idea to use shower water to heat their tanks. Unfortunately, after doing research on Syracuse bathing habits, it was found that all the fish would have frozen to death within days. See you in Syracuse.
All right. It's not as good without the music.
I know. I was just thinking that. I told you I have good toast music to play for that, so I'll find that and send it to you.
Thank you.
So Vinny has a story about two lesbians that live together, and then one suddenly goes missing. The next thing said is Karl says, our friends over at that reality podcast, Lisa's missing. Let me show you how to connect the dots here. Someone go look for it. Otherwise, no one will care. All right, bye.
No cares. I spent some time with my friend Helga, and Helga is not a lesbian.
Nobody cares.
Correct.
No, Helga is a straight white woman, right?
Yep. That's it.
With a penis and prostate and balls.
Tucked up into her butthole.
But she does tuck the balls up into wherever those things go, and then the penis is in the butthole.
Yep. It's
we learned a lot about Helga this past
jarring.
weekend.
Frankly, jarring.
Way more than I'd ever want to know. I have a voicemail for us.
Please.
I think this is about your dad, actually. The full reveal on the bonus show. Check out patreon.com/thecreepoffpod.
Just the creep off.
Just the creep off.
Hey, Carl, this is one for the creep off. Just the start of the latest bonus episode, talking about Vinny's dad. And both of you guys are fucking idiots. Vinny says the dad was born in 1936, right? And died in 2003. So 36 plus 4 is 40, plus 60, making 64, takes you to 2000. He was 64 years old in 2000. 3 years later, he died, 67. So your assertion that he would have been 88 at some point before his death is fucking idiotic. And Vinny, of course, goes along with it because his brain's full of fat.
He would have been 88 today, we said. Today's 2024 now. He would have been 88 if he were still alive.
If he was alive, he would have been 88.
88 today. That's the math.
Yeah.
Although I don't know what British math is. Maybe we did get it wrong.
Was he 88 pounds?
Yeah.
88
Maybe there's a conversion that we missed.
88 quid. I don't know how this all works. I got one from Prep Boy Rick. We haven't heard from in a while. Nice to hear from you, man.
Hello, Vinny. This is Prep Boy Rick. I was made aware by a friend that you're a Celtics fan. The only other Celtics fan that I know of is Bill Simmons. So
it's not my fault.
I hope you pain and misery because good God, man. Really, like, I get it, but also shame. Rick out.
I'm confused as to why you can't be a Celtics fan.
Because Bill Simmons, he hates Bill Simmons, I guess. But
Okay.
Celtics fans are very much hated because they're kind of the Yankees of basketball. So they get that shit. Everybody hates you when you're number one, Carl.
They're not the Lakers of basketball. They're the Celtics.
Well, dude, when they win tonight, motherfucker, they're going to have the most NBA championships.
Yeah, but most of them happened before either of us were born. So what does that have to do with anything? It's like saying the Montreal Canadiens are the greatest NHL franchise of all time. When was the last time they won anything?
Of all time is like a thing. It means from the beginning to now.
Yes, I get it. Back when there were 6 teams, they did very well. I get it.
I mean, they did win one in 2008, and they beat the Lakers in that one. And then the Lakers won a bunch with Shaq and Kobe. Whatever.
Anyway, I guess the point is that because I like sports teams too, I don't want to be associated with everyone else who likes that sports team. Okay, if there's an asshole Cubs fan out there, Bills fan, nothing to do with me.
Correct.
That's my
Thank
point.
you. Actually, let's talk about that.
Hey there, podcast prophet here. Holy Spirit speaking through me. I don't normally agree with triple bypass Paulino, but you're right. I'm a Cowboys fan. I live in Western New York as well, and yeah, the fucking Bills fans are just like goddamn absolute fucking worse. Like Steelers and Eagles fans are pretty goddamn bad, but just the Bills, like they're just fucking just the drizzle and shits. Thank you, fuck you, bye.
They are.
What are
you guys suck
What are
so
you
much.
talking about? The Bills Mafia raises money for charity every single year for opposing players' charities and shit. It's the greatest fan base in all of the NFL. We're the best traveled fan base. When we play in England, the entire stadium is Bills fans. How dare you? How dare you, Paulino?
Dude, I didn't say it. The Holy Spirit said it through Podcast Prophet. And
good point.
The Holy Spirit agreed with me. So that's all.
I've got one thing to ask, boys. Where the fuck is the Maddox Hall of Fame bonus episode?
Yeah, where the fuck is it?
Thank you, fuck you, bye.
Great question, Carl.
Well, Vinny decided we had to get Dick and Sean on there. There's no way we can line up our schedules.
I don't think there's no way.
Okay.
But you haven't even attempted, so I'm attempting. I'm working on it.
All right, very good.
Here we go.
Hey guys, I just want to say thank you very much for what is now the sexiest fucking episode of the Creep Off ever. I was I can say it with a straight face. God damn. Please do that music more. That was awesome. Thank you, fuck you, bye.
Maybe we should just do Creepiest Alice every week, Vinny. People are digging it.
All right, maybe I can do it.
All right. As long as I'm just describing the scene that's going on, I guess it's fine. A dang lizard comes back with the answer to my question. You're not talking to him, Carl. Apparently I was. Thing Lizard with 2 euros says Melton hid behind New York security. Keep up, Lady K.
Oh, it's probably because Melton's a giant pussy.
Well, that I don't know anything about.
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
I didn't know about that. So I will get caught up. Thank you very much.
I want to find out if he did hide. That's kind of.
You know why I'm not caught up, Dang Lizard? I do a little thing called prep. I've been spending my day today prepping for the creep off.
Gut, thanks for the $2. Says, sorry I'm late. I'm blank and I was having blank.
I wore that shirt on Friday.
Yes, you did.
When he came around, it was like, oh, so now you're just wearing this shirt for fun? Like, yeah, I kind of like that shirt.
He does. It fits. It's nice. I like how she had to make it like extra big in case I wore it, and it just fits you normally. Weird times.
Stop it. She made 2 of them. She made
Strange times.
She made a 2X and an XL for us.
You guys ready for a scum parade?
Yes.
I have a brand new scum parade theme from our boy Mr. Magenta.
Oh, beautiful.
He said, I have made a theme for every single segment of the show except for the scum parade. So he's throwing his hat in. Let's go.
Everybody, put your hands up. Now we're flying, baby, down to the scum parade. Karl and Vinnie, come on and be our guide, please. Fucked up shit we crave. Let's ride the creep wave. Killers or baby throwers, rapists, some puppy fuckers. Who knows what kind of creeps we'll find on the scum parade?
Well, I know where we're going to start. We're going to start with this gentleman who I'm doxing.
That was great, by the way. I love that.
That's pretty good, man.
That's a good theme. And to Mechanical Ape says, I wholeheartely believe Karl when he says he's on prep. No, I was doing prep. I was preparing for the show. How dare you?
That's so funny. I get it. Gut, thanks for the $2. Please sell the late shirt.
I could do that.
We could probably make those. All right, Karl, this is my this is our first scum parader today. His name is Joseph Letty. Now, Joseph ran into a little bit of trouble. He was half naked and he smashed his car into the jail, and he got out of the car throwing snakes and screaming, "The devil told me to kill."
Now, as far as people who do shit when God tells them to do it versus people who do shit when the devil tells them to do shit, the devil is way funnier.
It's a good point.
You know what I mean? It's always a more interesting story. It's always a funnier thing that he does, throwing snakes at police officers and stuff. You said half naked. I want to point out, I think this is a trans person.
It does look like there's kind of something going on there, but it does not.
He's wearing a blouse.
It does not say that this is a trans person, but they do point out that Joseph Letty reportedly only wearing a woman's blouse when he crashed into the Martin County Jail on Monday morning.
Another detail. Hates Trump, probably trans.
Well, either way, this person was Donald Ducking it in a woman's blouse.
Mm-hmm.
The 40-year-old allegedly poured motor oil on the floor and said he wanted to set it on fire. Cops said he continued to make homicidal statements about officers and said he wanted to kill everyone. Well, he threw rubber snakes on the floor and fought with police, the fire rescue crews.
Do you think the devil, like as he's preparing for this, was just like, oh, I actually meant real snakes, but no, it's fine. Just whatever you got. That's cool. Still do it. If rubber snakes, that's the dumbest shit.
He did cause thousands of dollars in damage. He did not make it through the steel doors of the jail, though.
He was trying for death by cop, but he was doing it all wrong.
Yeah, instead they thought he was like a really bad birthday party magician.
Right.
He's like, ta-da! What are those, rubber snakes? Did somebody order you? So this is a homeless person, by the way.
Okay.
According to the deputies, they restrained him and transported him to a nearby hospital. He refused to cooperate with the hospital staff. Shocking. He was returned to the jail and booked and charged with 4 counts of aggravated assault on a police officer. In a police report, Mr. Leedy uttered, "The devil made me do it. Why didn't you shoot me and fucking fuck me in the ass? I came here to kill the police." Huh.
Yeah, he did it wrong.
Yeah.
You sure did do it wrong, sir. You don't have to have a real gun. Cops will shoot you. I'm sure you've read the news. Cops will shoot you if they think there's any threat whatsoever.
Yeah.
You could just make your fingers into a thing and go pew pew, and they'll probably take you out.
Yeah, but when you show up like you're doing a magic trick,
yeah,
like ta-da, I broke in and I'm throwing snakes everywhere. They didn't know whether to clap or shoot you. I don't know what to tell you, sir.
I did it wrong.
Karl,
try again next time.
Let's meet a West Virginia dad. This is Kenneth Cutright. Now, He's been arrested and charged with child neglect, creating a risk of injury after police said he planted a 7-ounce bag of meth on one of his 2 daughters during a routine traffic stop outside of that convenience store.
Oh, you pronounced Nick Rekieta's name wrong.
No, this is Kenneth Cut.
This isn't Nick Rekieta this time.
Yes, this is not Nick. This
Dude,
is
9 ounces of meth is a shit ton.
7 ounces.
That's a lot of meth.
Yeah. He was charged with possession of a controlled substance, child neglect with the risk of injury. Now, he was stopped by the officers on June 6th, and the sheriff's office reported that when Cutright was pulled over, he was unable to provide matching registration information for the car. He didn't have legitimate inspection stickers. Who knew you needed that shit in West Virginia? A deputy determined in short order, however, that the car was stolen from Lawrence County, Ohio, about 200 miles away.
Okay.
Now, both of Cutright's daughters were in the back seat of the allegedly stolen vehicle. Deputies said the girls were 12 and 14 years old. Cutright allegedly denied knowing the car was stolen and claimed he traded his Hummer for it to a guy.
Yeah, you know the guy. He's down the way. The guy. He's got the hat on.
He has the blue
shoes.
Blue.
The guy.
Yeah.
I didn't get his name. We were just trading vehicles.
So we just haven't done any of the paperwork for it or anything.
Yeah. Have I signed the title? Not yet. I'm getting to it, sir.
So the cops say, "Sir, get out of the car." He steps out of the vehicle not too long after the exchange. The Cutright's daughters get out and stand to the side. Police said when they asked whether there were any contraband items in the vehicle, Cutright said there were not, but refused to search.
Definitely not, and don't even look because you won't even find it. I'd hate to waste your time, officer.
Yeah.
I want to be respectful of your time. Don't even bother searching my car. You won't find anything.
I'm trying to find the guy's number in my phone. Let's just not look at the car. As the officers waited for someone to pick up the daughters, they reportedly noted that he continually hovered around them while he had his back to the deputies. This promptly raised suspicion of the arresting officer that maybe he concealed something on his kids. Once someone arrived to pick up the teen girls, police questioned one of Cutright's daughters about an object in her hoodie. It was just a bag, the daughter said allegedly.
Yeah.
She told the police that it's just a bag, and then the girl just started to cry.
You really haven't trained these ones very well, Kenneth. Not a good father right here.
He goes, "Stop crying, get back in the car." God damn it. Like, he's yelling at this little girl. She's cried. The police were ultimately able to retrieve a 7-ounce bag of meth from her. The search of Cutright's car after that point turned up a meth pipe as well as a 9mm pistol. The gun was loaded.
Dude, this guy has never had more illegal shit on him in his life, I bet. He's driving an illegal car, 7 ounces of meth. He's got an unlicensed gun that's loaded. And it's all because he stole a car that was too much tint.
And Carl, it's his day to pick up the kids.
Well, right. Yeah, that sucks too. But could you imagine? This is the last time he'd ever want to get pulled. He's probably thinking in his head, man, if I got pulled over right now, this would really fucking suck. I've never had more illegal shit. And he gets pulled over for having too dark of tint on his windows. Guys, if you get busted for having guns and drugs and all sorts of shit because of tint, you're a fucking moron.
You're not wrong.
Don't steal that car. That car with the tint on it, that'll get pulled over.
I don't even understand how these tint shops will put that shit on people's cars.
They don't give a fuck.
I know.
You know what? Honestly, I bet at the tint shop, they're like, "Is this an illegal amount of tint?" They go, "Oh, yeah, it definitely is." They're like, "Sweet." That's how dumb these people are. They'd rather look cool for a couple weeks and then go to jail.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Also, just let us have tint.
They're really scared of what's behind the tint.
I love it though. I think it's cool.
It is cool. No argument. Oh man, here we go. Times Square, New York City, Carl. A violent incident outside a popular tourist destination in New York City has resulted in 3 individuals facing charges. According to law enforcement, a man was attacked in broad daylight by 3 men wielding a machete near the Times Square McDonald's.
Sweet.
The attack, which occurred around 1 p.m., so we're talking mid-afternoon, left the victim with stab wounds to both of his legs. He was transported to Bellevue Hospital. Police located and apprehended the 3 suspects after they scattered following the assault. While the men's names have not been released, authorities have confirmed that they now are facing charges related to the attack. The specific charges will depend on the severity of the victim's injuries and the circumstances. So here's the interesting part. The three suspects.
Oh, yeah, what's the interesting part about people getting attacked with machetes in Times Square at 1 p.m.?
What it was all over.
Yeah.
The reason why it happened. The three suspects have been tied to a compact disc scam in which they sell bootleg CDs to unsuspecting tourists.
Yeah, this is the dumbest shit ever. So, like when you're in New York, someone will hand you a CDR, be like, hey, you got to hear my rap album or whatever it is. And then they'll be like, well, you going to pay me for that or what? Like, they put it in your hand.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we give you $10 for it at least,
Like,
right?
no, take it back. And they're like, you took it.
No. It's yours now, man. But if you give me $5-10 for it. So this is the dumbest shit ever. These guys are fighting over territory for this dumb scam. This is a territorial battle to give dumb CDRs to tourists. I don't think Martin Scorsese is going to make a movie about this. This is a really dumb fake business.
I told you this happened to me once.
Did it?
Oh, I told, like, the guy just came at me. I was at a gas station and I was walking in to go pay for it. This is 15 years ago. And like, here, take my album, the whole thing. I was like, okay, cool. And he just looked like a piece of shit. So I gave him $5 and kept going on with my day. I get to the car and I'm like, I wonder what this is. It's fucking Hanson. The guy had ripped Hanson.
So you gave him $15?
I gave him $5.
Okay, yeah.
I gave him a $5.
It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, it wasn't. So they have been, this was a turf fight. Like you said, it broke out amongst these street vendors. They started stabbing each other with machetes. So be careful if you're hanging around Times Square. It's not Disneyland. Okay, people? You go to New York, you're like, oh, I want to go see Times Square. It's filled with mutants. It's turning back into the 80s. This isn't the Giuliani days when the cops would bust their heads. So just some advice if you're traveling around the city.
Well, also, forget about getting attacked with medieval weapons when you go to this McDonald's. Why is this McDonald's still in business, even if it was safe? Who the fuck is in New York City and goes, oh, you know what I want right now? A Big Mac at Times Square. How is anyone eating at this restaurant?
I bet you Big Macs there are probably $20.
I'm sure they're expensive.
Yeah.
But even if they were free, get a slice of pizza. What are you doing?
Dang Lizard is coming back in.
Oh, Dang Lizard's mad at me.
He might be.
€5 says, okay, Carl, let me do your job for you while you're an arrogant D. I'm sorry. What's next? You leave the house just before John arrives? You Lady K. Barry?
Coward! Coward! Dang Lizard's right. I'm on Dang Lizard.
Dang Lizard, I'll get caught up. I apologize. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
All right, Carl, you ready to meet
Thank you for doing my job for me.
Our last creep of the day?
Yes.
Okay. This person is pretty creepy.
Yeah, this is a crazy case. These fucking families.
Carson Peters Berger.
I think it's Burger, but it's no relation to me.
I was trying to say it different just to make you feel
Thank
better.
you. I appreciate it.
So he's accused of murdering.
He's a bad burger.
Yes, he is. He's accused of murdering his 10-year-old cousin and raping her dead body.
What was she wearing?
Cum. He wants to be tried as a child, meaning he could be freed from jail by the time he is 25. That's what his lawyers are arguing.
I'm going to, in a rare case of actually being real with you, Vinny, I just want to give my 2 cents on this.
Please.
I think that if you can get a boner after strangling a 10-year-old girl to death, you should be put away for life. Just the fact that this guy's sexually aroused after murdering his 10-year-old cousin tells me he's irredeemable.
They were walking along a hiking trail when he allegedly killed Lily Peters.
He brought her there on purpose.
He allegedly told police he punched her in the stomach, knocked her to the ground, hit her with a stick, and strangled her to the point of death before raping her. Prosecutors told the court he planned to rape and kill the victim from the get-go when he left the house with the victim to go down the trail.
And the reason why this is a story is because there's a guy, an attorney out there, whose job it is to try to get this monster back on the streets by the age of 25. Imagine waking up in the morning and going, what do you got going on today? Well, there's this kid who decided to murder his 10-year-old cousin and then rape the dead corpse of a 10-year-old girl. And I don't want him to get more than 10 years in prison. I'm hoping he gets out and he has a whole life out of him.
This motherfucker, you would think when you have a kid like this, when you have something that, when this is evil, this is an evil fucking thing. This child is not redeemable.
It's going to get worse before it gets better.
Right. So here's my point. This motherfucker's job is to defend him.
Yes.
There's a 35-page brief that he filed. 35 pages. Maybe dial it in one day. maybe one day.
Don't take your job so seriously, sir.
Go home
You're allowed to be
early.
mad at your job, sir. That's fine. No one will be mad at you.
In this particular case, no one set this kid away. But this thing, he's arguing that this kid should be tried as a juvenile, which would only give him 10 years in prison.
And the reason why he's saying is because having a life sentence, which is what they're trying for, would not deter others from this behavior. And that's kind of a straw man argument, because I don't care if it deters other people. I don't think this person should ever be allowed in the general pop ever again.
Pretty much it. And here's the other thing. This kid's dad is a fucking pedo.
Yes. So this kid was all upset because his dad was put away for having all these images of prepubescent girls. And so that was probably his source of CP. And his dad goes away. He's like, well, now where am I going to get CP?
Yeah. They found 10 pornographic photos showing very young girls in spread-legged positions on the dad's phone.
This is the most descriptive CP article I've ever read in my life. And we read a lot of these.
I'm not even going to read this.
I am.
You.
Some of them have been doctored to include comments such as, first in your little girl's asshole and then in your mouth, mom. Why is this in the article? Like, we get it. It's crazy. This guy is sick. It's so weird. Like they go into detail about the type of child porn this person had. Like somebody had to like write up and describe it. I don't know if it's a police report. I don't know where you get that information from, or if the guy who wrote it's looking at these images.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to end up happening here, but I want to keep an eye on this guy, on this kid, and find out what happens in this particular situation, because, again, put him down. I don't give a fuck.
These families are fucked. So his dad obviously is into this disgusting shit. He's into it and beyond. And then the girl who he killed, her mom is Chad Zumock. She was arrested for stealing 4 credit cards and running up big bills.
Yeah, the whole family is fucked.
Irredeemable.
Yeah. So stick the kid in there with the dad. I don't care. Put them together. Fucking.
No, you don't want those two teaming up again, Vinny. I disagree with that.
Yeah. You know, Tiny Chud makes a good point. I can't believe I said that. Dad probably assaulted the kid. Who knows? It could be, victims, victims end up turning the tables.
Hurt people, Vinny, I've heard.
Yeah.
Is that true?
It is. I'm done, Carl. That's the scum parade. It's very depressing.
That's enough of that. That's the problem with these scum parades. We build up to these heinous crimes.
Yeah, I know. I got some really crazy stuff ready to go for this Friday, so we hope you'll join us on the bonus episode. Carl,
what do we got going on this Friday? What do you got?
Oh, I've got some scum. I got some great scum stories.
Oh, great. Okay.
I also, one of my favorite pedo hunters got his channel back. So I'm pretty happy about that. The dude from Canada that I like, D'Souza, the one who got the video of the guy in the tiny car that we showed at the live show.
Yes.
That dude's one of the best. And he had a bunch of problems in Canada. Can you believe it? The government was trying to shut down his stream.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
shocking. The government gets mad if you show. This is true in Canada. This is crazy. So let's say you have a Ring door cam, like everyone does, and you watch somebody steal your property off of your front porch or something and walk off with it. In Canada, you're not allowed to post that video onto social media because that person who stole your property that you have evidence of with video is innocent until proven guilty. Let the authorities deal with that.
Thanks, Canada.
Canada. What the fuck? What are you doing? Speaking of a deterrent, isn't that kind of one of them that, like, hey, if you want to come up to my house and do shit, like I have cameras on, you would think?
You would think so. But, when the cameras do a lot of good when you're trying to figure out who did something and you're not allowed to release it for people to see. So that's kind of defeats the purpose there.
Correct.
But thanks, Canada, for nothing.
Thanks, Canada.
Thank you, Danny, for being so great. Make sure you follow her at Danny Desolation on Instagram.
For sure. Don't forget, who are these socials? Special day today, 6 p.m. Eastern time. So that's coming up in about 3.5 hours. Myself and Blind Mike will be breaking down all your favorites on the social media channels that we peruse.
Yeah, so please make sure you check that out. And until then, it's nice to be important.
It's more important to be nice.
Gia.
I denounce it. It's the Creepiest.
Oh no!
You shit, Joe! You think you can get away with that without having legal ramifications? You're out of your fucking mind.